Hey, what's up, guys? How's everyone doing tonight? Yeah, let's get this one going. J Bench, Solar Marshall in the house. DS Complizart, what is up? Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, everyone. Don't forget to smash that like button on the way in or the way out. It helps with the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and ring that bell so you get the notifications in your inbox about when we're going live. A lot of people seem to not be getting those. I don't know why they're going through or what's happening with that. But yeah, all podcasters just have a guitar hanging around, right? But do any of them ever pick it up and actually play it? Who wants to hear me play a Christmas song? All right. Metamaterials. Can these things work miracles? Perfectly spherical, like original trick cereal. They're disappearable, so reject all things etherical. Trust in the empirical and listen to my lyrical. Well, gonna do a rap about UFOs to try to expose things the government won't disclose. Because nobody knows where all that money goes with no big contracts and cash stacked in rows and rows. Who knows a frozen hose couldn't flow as slow as the drip drop disclosure from these government schmoes. I'm one of the pros, in case you didn't know. I read all the physics papers and get intel on the low. So while the Pentagon's acting like a bunch of bozos, the alien scientist channel grows and grows until they look like the emperor wearing no clothes, who can't smell that coffee that's right under his nose. With the military-industrial complex, it's nonsense. Well, somebody must be getting a paycheck. It's obvious, oblivious, insidious. These idiots, they obfuscate. At least we all agree on this, from AOC to Matthew Gates, who stopped the debate and set aside their hate. And for alien technology, come on and pass the plate, and maybe we won't devolve into a planet of the apes, because there's always something bigger than these dreams we try to chase, like when Tom DeLonge came along with this bong and the strongest cron you ever heard of in a song called TTSA, but they played us all like a pawn, promised us the spaceship and played us right along. And Luis Elizondo, please correct me if I'm wrong, except he won't go on your podcast unless you stroke his ego, but he's a military hero, and these noobs who all know zero like to think he's their amigo, and they flock to him like Siegel, and they say yes, master, like Smeagol. Well, he gets Snoopy like a beagle when he ran the Adams Project and took away some objects from a public that was honest and just wanted to make progress. And now they get in front of Congress and say, where is all the proof? Well, Elizondo took it all and he gave it to our troops. They got an army crater and the rest of us got poop. Just like Roswell and the Nazi Bell, the evidence went poof. And now I podcast with the scientists like Dr. Kevin Newth, and I can show you who's the man and those who didn't take the stand. And I would love to go on Joe Rogan, Fox News, and Russell Brand, because I'm Jeremy Riss. I'm not Corbell. I don't have bullshit to sell. I talk about real scientists and contractor intel. So just call her out my name and I'll come and spit some game, because I care about the truth. I don't care about the fame. After 80 years of lies, people shouldn't be surprised that NASA and the CIA have deep state Nazi ties. Metamaterials, can these things work miracles? Perfectly spherical, unlike a pool ball in a billiard hall. They're disappearable, so reject all things etherical. Trust in the empirical and listen to my lyrical. In 47, the OSS became the CIA with a brand new face, expanded powers, and a brand new base. And this was only days after a weather balloon caused a terrible haze. And lots of people claim that it was aliens in a ship from space. And the US Air Force hates to answer questions about that place, or the tunnels beneath Wright State, or any questions about those planes, the supercavitation and high-tech war games. And they sit here and they try to shame pilots who thought things they couldn't explain. But it's obvious to anyone with half a brain that we're probably not alone. What, we're not insane? What are you, Sean Kirkpatrick, offended by a claim like when Jesse Marcel of the Army Intel came out of his shell and said that Roswell was probably not a weather balloon from Project Mogul? But if you use your focal and speak with all the locals, you start to paint a picture that sounds a little loco, but maybe you're on drugs or only filming bugs. I tried to talk to scientists, but all I got was shrugs as I trampled through disclosure in my brand new pair of Uggs, watching clowns on television getting mainstream plugs. And so I switch over to a skeptic who thinks he dug and found the septic. Well, his newest explanation makes Corbell fans epileptic, but their minds don't travel far. They're still hung up on Lazar, driving through Los Alamos in a Honda rocket car. But little do they know, they've just found the mother lode, because here on Alien Scientists, we make skeptics' heads explode. We've got a team of scientists who come to crack the code, because, brother, where we're going, we won't need to use the roads. metamaterials. Can these things work miracles? Are you spiritful like a flying candy vehicle? Are you spiritual, believe in things etherical? Well, listen here, it's called breaking out of these old walls. Into the future, we all gotta go, but some go slow like a bonsai grows. Completely different from my lyrical flows, but a Jedi knows that gravity control is just one of his foes. As the ions flow on the brown nose cone of your supersonic drone. So just hold my phone as I go into the zone and I fly off the handles, exposing all your scandals. We out here making light bulbs, you're reinventing candles, still wearing Jesus sandals, caught up in the past. We never last. There's just better ways to get to space than riding rocket blasts. So let's step outside our cages and listen to some patience. Take a book and try to look and read some different pages. Well, I've got the papers here, and if the science isn't clear, well then please come take the mic and make this madness disappear, because we all want to get to space and progress the human race. And if you think these UFOs are silly dreams we shouldn't chase, then maybe you should put down your phone and crawl in a cave, and put down your physics instruments and just become a slave, and go to work from 9 to 5 and get all your bills paid, and do this on repeat until you reach an early grave. Or you could step outside of that and help the children grow by not trusting the experts who don't know what they don't know, when they can lie in suit and tie and straight put on a show. I tell you, if I worked with them, I'd pull an Edward Snow. Oh, is that your role? If so, I'm calling ground control. We've got a suicidal mole about to crash into a pole, and although this hurts my soul when all this killing takes its toll, well, that's a plumber's job. You gotta find and fix the holes. From the grassy knoll to the New York Post with Stephen Greenstreet. Will we ever know with Mockingbird in control? We're coming up now on the final verse, and I want to scream more curse words than I can curse, because it looks like disclosure is going to leave us in a hearse. And if you thought that it was bad, well, it's about to get worse. Enter Jaime Maussan, the Mexican con, with a fake plastic llama skull that came from beyond. And if you feel it's real, you must be legally blonde. So throw away that DNA because the skeleton's flawed. And while it's clear we may appear the only fish in the pond, because this silly Drake equation says, well, what are the odds? Well, you should weaponize yourself with a magic wand. When you find these whistleblowers and you try to bring them on, except the folks in the know would somehow rather abscond, because they kind of want their pension and their government job. Because everybody should know about these government slobs who sit there eating pork like it was corn on the cob, and they sit and lie to us while our pockets they rob and send disinformation. Yeah, we've listened to Bob, and even though these pseudoscientists are technically flawed, and I've thoroughly exposed them as complete total frauds, they will never stand corrected or pack up and move on, because Corbell will never ever once admit he was wrong. And if it was an AIC, then why is he on TV? It's Separation Mockingbird. It's easy to see. And put this grifter out there to make people believe, and then send them up a river and then crush all their dreams. And while I try to tell them, they come screaming at me like I'm the fucking liar on a disinfo spree. And if I'm proven wrong, I'll gladly fall to one knee and say, que hondo elizando, lo siento por ti. But until disclosure happens, I will sit on that fence and then continue to call out things that never made sense, because it's still a War Department. Well, they call it defense. In these stovepiped operations, information is dense, and we need to get that out for all the world to share and showboat to those who aren't fully aware. When you can verify with proof, you think that someone would care, except it's only corporate bullshit they allow on the air. But I'm changing my ways, and there's days that I pray that we will finally see justice for the CIA and all those people that they murdered, just like R and JFK, over shit that happened way back 1948. But if you're still unsure and you think all of it's baloney, well, why don't you look into scientists who died, like at Marconi? You'll follow Bob Lazar or Corbell, that total phony. Well, he's out there to distract you all. You think he's your homie? Well, get you in the ring with him. I'll show you the fighter. I'm exposing corporations like Rand, Battelle, and Miter. But maybe you don't care. Or maybe you love to stare at bullshit Boca triangles that turn out to be flares. Will really teach you nothing about what's going on out there, because these people are distractions and real coverage is rare. All right. I'm sorry, I couldn't read any. Sorry, the words. I messed up the beat a little bit a couple times there, trying to keep it on flow, but it was all live, so no, and I didn't really rehearse it much, so I'm sorry for that. But I hope you could hear all the words, man. All right, let's get it started tonight, man. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Did you hear my poem that I wrote too? Let's find that really. Twas the Friday. This is talking about tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be the big Christmas party for all my friends here on YouTube. You can jump on, and we're going to hang out and have an awesome Christmas party tomorrow night, because it's the Friday before Christmas. So here's my my awesome awesome poem that I wrote. 'Twas the Friday before Christmas, and all through the week, every creature was waiting for the disclosure leak. Next year would bring Epstein and Ghislaine with treats of 100 indictments for those pervert elites. All the people rejoiced as the deep state prepared for decades of secrets that would all soon be shared. From saucers to space, all those people erased, our history stolen and almost replaced, except for a light that a few kept up high and held truth together, exposing the lie. So I say Merry Christmas to you and be well. Disclosure is coming, and may the goons go to hell. Dude, there was 4 long-ass verses, man. I don't know if I could go it better, man. But, dude, there's no way ChatGPT could have made that up, and I did not use any ChatGPT at all with that rap, dude. No, I did not. Come on, ChatGPT came up with the line of, Luis Elizondo, please correct me if I'm wrong, except he won't go on your podcast unless you stroke his ego. No, they didn't make that up, dude. I changed the word around, should have said, all what I should have said, and you're waiting for it. And that's the key to it. That's AI can't do that. Anyways, dude, I know I gotta get in the studio and record a good version of it, like a studio version, man. Thank you all, and people who are, it's super basic, dude. There's no way, dude. It's not that, dude. You try to write that with your AI software, man. It ain't gonna happen. So we're gonna start it off today, tonight. Everyone in the audience, I hope you're watching. We're trying to. I'm trying to increase my game, man. Get up more on the ball with all this information. I've been, starting to interview a lot more people, bring people out of the woodwork. We of course doing open lines. We'll open it up here in a little bit, and people can jump in and join disclosure. We're looking for Edward's UFO Snowden. And if he's out there, we've talked to a number of people who've shared some really killer information, some ideas, some stuff, some cool stuff, man. I still want to see more. I want to see one of these actual vacuum balloons made out of aerogel. And I want to see more evidence of these materials and the allegations that people put forward. So still waiting to see more evidence and more information to come out. We got more scientists coming on the podcast all the time. APEC, guys, if you haven't signed up to APEC already, that Alt Propulsion Conference is a conference that I helped start up and create with my friends Tim Ventura and Mark Sokol and Jeremiah Pop. And we have an event coming up on Saturday. So we have parties, the party all night on Friday. And then you can come back Saturday, the 23rd. So Christmas Eve, the eve of Christmas Eve. And we got David Perez coming on first. He was on the pod. He was on a call with him last week. David Perez is a guy that he used to run Warp Drive Dynamics. It's now, I think, QED is the name of the company. And David Perez is, building spaceships in his garage, and he's getting, actually measurable output force now from his, and talking about how he's doing it. And then Todd Desiato's on board too, saying that this is right in line with my model of how to engineer a warp field or warp drives and stuff, and what gravity is, my engineering model of gravity. Todd has a paper out on that. It's in the Sal Pace file folder for those of you who've been following. But yeah, so we got the science coming out on this. We got home inventors, be people making spaceships in their garage that are coming forward to share all kinds of information. Charles Bueller is coming on. It's not going to be boring like Ben Stein's voice. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be an experimental propulsion result based on asymmetrical electrostatic pressure in a device described in this patent. So you can go look up the patent, and Charlie Bueller is going to be coming on talking about this patent and his method of propulsion. Then at 2 p.m. Pacific time, p.m., Daniel Davis is coming on to talk about his warp drive research, the current state of the research into warp drive propulsion, including the challenge of integrating solutions to the engineering challenges of the Alcubierre drive. Together from a variety of diverse scientific sources, David believes most, if not all, of the fundamental challenges of building a working warp drive has been solved. But one of the obstacles to success involves combining solutions proposed by various scientists into a single model. So yeah, I mean, we're there, dude. I think 2024, we're going to see something. I'm predicting that someone is going to show a provable warp drive effect in their garage or some, it's going to be out there in the public domain where they can't censor it and they can't cover it up anymore. I strongly believe that our military, Lockheed Martin and others have already done this totally. And we are active. We're having more people, man. We're doing tons of stuff all the time, man. We got Daniel Davis going to come on and give the current update on the state of the art with warp drive. So this is great, man. When people are in the warp drive field are following us. They're presenting at our conferences. We're building a grassroots community for disclosure. This is what disclosure needs. This is what disclosure has always needed, is a core scientific group to vet technology, to bring it out to the public, and to basically do the job that the government can't do. It's proven that it's incapable of doing. So, and we're doing it at a much cheaper than any government contractor ever could. So this is what we've set up with APEC. It's an amazing community. I encourage everybody out there to go to altpropulsion.com and check out the APEC website and click this button up here, join APEC. You can't see it with the logo there. Join APEC right up here in the top right corner. Click that, sign up. All you need is an email. We won't spam your inbox. It will be cool emails with really interesting info. So you definitely want to sign up for this and join. Even if you're a government contractor, you can't use your Lockheed Martin email. You have to go on and create a Proton mail account. That's totally cool. We welcome everyone. We encourage more people to join the community and the grassroots effort to bring disclosure to the world, because this technology can help all of humanity. But if it's held in secret by a couple, that they're going to have a one-up on all of humanity, and they've already started to enslave the entire planet and treat us all like peasants who don't deserve any truth or information, or even we're now getting taxed on our carbon too. Well, they fly around in billion-dollar jets from the various climate summits. So we know how the elite think. They don't think at all. They only think about themselves. They only calculate to the next paycheck, the next amount of money that they can steal from people, and use to one up their real estate, expand their conquest and empire of just hordes and hordes of ungodly wealth that they've accumulated. For what purpose, I have no idea, because humanity's like really, really struggling right now. Well, these people live in their ivory towers. So looking for more of those people to come forward and say, hey, I've got all this wealth, and really I can't take any of it with me. The only thing that I can take with me is that which I've given away. That's the only thing you'll take with you at the end of your life. So hoping that more of those people who have the funding are like, holy shit, this is like really important for humanity. Maybe we should throw some money at some of these scientists. And that's what we're hoping happens. This is a open platform. We've had open mics. The first APEC open mic, we had 10 venture capitalists in the audience, people that are, looking for the next. They've made a ton of money on Bitcoin. They're looking for the next big investment that's going to be the next big thing. And the smart ones understand that this is it. You get alien technology and warp drives and of the next generation of space tech. That's it. And even if it's not it, you should be throwing at least some of your fortune at it just in case. Even if it's because this is our only hope. Obi-Wan Kenobi here. Lab partners, open discussions. We have this. We open it up at the end of the conference for anyone to come and join and jump on. So that's awesome, man. People, we're building an awesome community here. I love everyone that's come out of the woodwork, out of the shadows, out of the government programs, to jump on these very important conferences to talk about the next generation of the next quantum leap in technology and physics, engineering, and science. And it's a little fringe, little out there, but you have to be in order to make these kind of strides. And you know what, that's fine, because we're educating people too on the fringe. We get all these crazy uneducated and uninformed ideas, and then we kind of have to rein them in by teaching them real physics, so everyone benefits. I don't think that there's been a bad, there's been some cringe moments and stuff with some people that have jumped on and interrupted the stream and asked questions and stuff. But overall, overall we're kicking ass, and we're bringing out tons of great information to a much larger audience that before they had no idea this stuff even existed, and now it's so undeniably out there and a part of the mainstream that they can no longer ignore it. And people are talking about this everywhere. So I encourage those of you, keep talking about it, keep sharing it. 2024 is going to be an epic year, because we're hitting that peak asymptote in the exponential curve. I can just feel it, and once this takes off, man, we're going to get all kinds of people on board with this. Even people that thought this was all nonsense. I'm hoping that, because it's not. Even if it is all nonsense, you're going to crush our childhood dreams of going to space, and say, listen, Einstein says we can only ride rockets to space. So yeah, I know rockets are not the future of this, and I know Elon has to know that, right? Come on, you don't think Elon knows that rockets are not the future? I don't know. It's pretty crazy, everything that's going on. Anyone got any cool UFO videos to share? Any information? I'm gonna open up the StreamYard link, and I had I sent. I don't know if Bernie. I thought you had the. Dude, when did he say that? I want the quote, man. Oh yeah, why don't we talk about these technologies? Yeah, dude, where's my hover car? Yeah, dude, where is the hover car? That's a good question. Tom DeLong and that group promised everyone that spaceship and took a lot of people's money. Trying to get Eric on here. Eric is a friend of mine who I think CSA got him for like $2 million or something ridiculous. He invested a ton of money in that project, thinking it was going to be disclosure and bring stuff out. And I can't wait to bring him on and talk to him when he's ready. Not gonna get distracted down that stupid rabbit hole. And I'm looking for Paul, and so Paul disappeared. I'm trying to find Paul so I can give him his wrench back on the admin group. And also, I took a bunch of the admin privileges off on the last live stream because I was having a real bad problem with the trolls in the comments. trying to inject, disinformation narratives into the storyline, which is really quite sad. So that's why tomorrow night I'm hosting a cross debate, and I've got a couple people coming on. So I've got Dave Rossi of Dave's Generation Z. Right? Is that his podcast? Yeah, the Generation Z podcast. So I got Dave Rossi coming on. He's already confirmed for tomorrow. We're trying to get Bob Greenier, and if we don't connect with him on tomorrow night, then he's definitely going to come on for in the new year. He said after Christmas he'll have more time for sure, but he's going to try to make it tomorrow. Hopefully we see him. But we're going to get Bob Greenier on. I'm also trying to get John Hutchison to come on as well, or Hutchison. So John Hutchison, I think I'm not sure if he still wants to be called Carla Nipton, because I don't know if he legally changed his name to Carla or what's going on with that. But whatever, John, whatever, we all know you as John, the man formerly known as John Hutchison, the Canadian guy that, had the videos of him levitating objects and these crystal converter batteries and alleged, effects and stuff. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to ask, the people that have been trying to replicate this. There's been a number of labs who've tried to replicate this John Hutchison effect without any success. And then John claims that, he's not able to replicate the effects because he thinks it was something to do with mental state, emotional feelings that he had that affected these machines somehow. And he's trying to get himself back to that state somehow so that he can redo the effects or make them again. And I thought that was kind of weird because it's like, well, how do you, how do you call that science if there's no like exact formula to replicate it? It's kind of like alchemy. They said like they used to think that the alignment of the planets and all this other stuff has big things to do with chemistry and stuff. And even some people that entertain, Bernie talks about that too. He does some stuff with that. And I'm still waiting for Bernie for you to send me that Ormus sample so that we can run some lab tests on it. By the way, Jeremiah has a piece of something that he ran a couple thousand volts through and claims that he got something that looked something like this effect to it. But, as far as the energetics that you have to put into this stuff, a lot of people think that, you can just get energy for free. And then, maybe you can do some weird things to metals if you pump tons of energy into it. But like, there's a whole group of crazy nutcases out there that think that, that believe this space beam theory that was put out by two disinformation specialists in a paper about space beams and that they have space-based directed energy weapons systems like the Star Wars defense program that again they run on free energy and are able to produce endless infinite what was it, like 4 terajoules is what you need to like do what they said. And they don't have any limits on power because it's free energy. Never mind like that they could use maybe a nuclear, so there's all kinds of real stuff we found in the contractor data for these the Star Wars defense Star Wars satellite beam weapons that were developed by the U.S. Navy and other organizations for this all. So they've had this stuff since 1989 with there's several different strategic defense initiative Star Wars program things. One of the biggest problems though is how to make the energy to run these space-based laser weapons. So a lot of them were actually nuclear we're researching nuclear power plants to basically run these things. But that's a big treaty violation to put any nuclear thing in space, any nukes in space. So of course, that's a big problem. For where does the energy come from, and how do you get the energy to do the to shoot down nukes or to vaporize things? It takes a lot of energy to do that, to charge up a laser and then release it. So one of the biggest problems with that, and there's a number of people who are, one of the guys who's an expert in this sort of stuff, or knows a lot about it, was Greg Jenkins. In his interview with Judy Wood, he asked a lot of really good questions that Judy Wood just could not answer scientifically, and it really exposed what a absolute liar she is, which is sad. But there's people that want to distract and confuse and push disinformation to try to get people distracted on a lot of things. So that's what I think is going on with that, at least until someone can show me a replication of the Hutchison effect, man. So I'm gonna really, hopefully John comes on tomorrow night, because I'm gonna ask him some real hard questions about this. How come it's been 20, 30 years and no one's been able to do this? So anyways, before we get into that, I'm going to save that for tomorrow night and have a real debate with a bunch of different people to offer different perspectives, counter evidence, or information to counter the points. But I've looked at this one a lot over the last 20 years, man, and I've seen a lot of people taken for a ride with this. But yeah, she may be. I think she's never named a suspect in any, or a contractor or any of that. So all right. So guys, Tesla Tech is one of my predictions. I'm going to predict that Steve's going to have an amazing conference in 2024 right now. That's one of my predictions for 2024. That Tesla Tech this year. Pre-registration has already started, guys. August 7th to the 11th in Albuquerque, right? It's the same place, Steve?
It's going to be at the same place. And for only $84 a night will be that hotel rates.
That's an awesome hotel. And that's a good price, man.
Includes breakfast.
Includes breakfast?
Yeah. And free
Wi-Fi. They got a pretty good spread there. It's actually, it's better than like Holiday. It's way better than like Holiday Inn. It's not like the continental breakfast at the most expensive hotel in Washington, D.C., but it's definitely a good breakfast, man. It's definitely worth it for $84 a night, man. You can't beat that. So, guys, I'd like you to, pre-register. If it's a great vacation, Mount Sandia, Los Alamos, there's a number of things in driving distance of Albuquerque. If you're interested in doing that and going to Albuquerque and having a vacation day, there's tons of stuff to do out in Albuquerque. So there's Albuquerque. I'll tell you what you can do near Albuquerque right now. If you want to bring the kids on vacation and the wife, so that you can come to the Tesla Tech conference and then they can go do other stuff while you're hanging out at Tesla Tech. There's Mount Sandia. This is it, right? So you can go up to Los Alamos, visit Los Alamos. There's a museum up there for the National Atomic History Museum. Has all the history of the whole Manhattan Project there. Really cool. That's where they built the atomic bomb. That's a 2-hour drive from the hotel. Another drive south, you can go down to Socorro, New Mexico, and see the Very Large Array. That was the featured in that movie Contact. Yeah, so you can drive out to the Very Large Array and see that all those radio space telescopes out there in the desert. get some photos. It's a good place to go take some photos. Definitely. I mean, it's not super interesting, but it's definitely cool to go check out and take
I
some
think they
selfies
have
and
a visitor center
pictures.
there.
It's a cool place, and it's not too far from where we are in Albuquerque. We did the drive. Me and Mark, we drove actually all the way out to Roswell, which is Roswell's here, but the actual crash site is in Corona, which is highway B4, B12, yeah, somewhere off this road here, way in the middle of nowhere, and so we were able to we drove out there. It's huge. It's huge area out here. It's so big. And but anyways, yeah, the Roswell crash site, I have coordinates for that if you want to go out and visit the actual crash site. They cleaned it up super well. You're not going to find anything out there. They had teams and teams of people crawling over the area with a fine-tooth comb for weeks. So I'm pretty sure they got all the debris. You're not going to find anything out there. But this is the real crash site. They have a marker. They moved the marker actually to Roswell, right in the town, and now they try to tell everyone that it crashed in Roswell and right in town. They try to not tell people where the actual crash site was, and they don't want people going out there. It bothers the ranchers and stuff. But I don't think we bothered the rancher. We actually stopped and talked to the rancher. We told him what we were doing, what we were looking for, and asked him some questions and stuff. And he was pretty nice. He wasn't like total like asshole and get the hell out of here or looking like he was going to shoot us and leave us out there or something. I didn't think that. There's tons of land out there, man. It's nothing but desert for miles and miles and miles. But yeah, that's probably the most boring thing is what we did. But yeah, definitely the Los Alamos History Museum's on the list. And also I hiked Mount Sandia and I did the Sky Tram up and hiked down. That was a fun time if you like hiking and stuff. So, but yeah, let's talk more about Tesla Tech and the conference, Steve.
Yeah, right now I'm just starting to pull the speakers together. So I want to encourage anyone who's watching this who's an inventor or researcher to send in an abstract to Steve at teslatech.info. And I'm going to start making my selection here in a couple, about 2 weeks. So if you can get me something, I'd really appreciate it. We really want to see people with hardware, and for the speakers, we do cover their room, which is a considerable expense. But as far as attendees, we're giving a 40% discount right now, and we're going to extend that out to December 31st. And you save a lot of money, and the transportation costs are going down. I don't know if anyone keeps a track of that, but gas is on its way back down. I expect it to be back to normal probably in the next 6 months. And then in the airlines, you can get some really good rates if you plan ahead. And the hotel, I said that's $84 a night for one. It starts at, and that includes breakfast. And every night we always have a good spread, like pizza bars or pasta bars or taco bars. We always have a good spread in the evening. So between breakfast and the evening, we got it covered. And then you're on your own for lunch, but who knows what can happen here. But the big thing is my YouTube channel. I can't encourage people to sign up for that. Right now, we're just shy of 14,000 subscribers. Subscriptions are free. I want to encourage everyone to go up there. We have a lot of stuff on secret space program. I don't know if you've heard of the Noetic Society. That was started with Edgar Mitchell, the astronaut who circled the moon. Anyway, I have his talk he gave at the Global Science Conference back in the my mind's drawing a blank, about 99, I think. Anyway, we have his talk online now. So just a ton of material. And there's Marco from way back when he was a young guy, Marco Roden. And like I said, we just got a ton of material up. We have over 1,000 pushing 2,000 videos up there. We're just putting some up every day, and I want to encourage people to go up there and check it out. Members only videos can be seen for $9.99 a month, a real bargain. Uh, I don't think. Yeah, we're probably the largest legacy uh, videos out there. For alternative energy and medicine. You know,
Yeah, yeah, you're definitely one of the most oldest legacy archives. A lot of these people are no longer with us, and
unfortunately.
these are really old video. This is great that all this is archived and on the internet, man. You're doing an awesome job of this because it's a big haystack to sift through, but I'm sure there's a few needles in there.
Well, on my home page there, I do have a conference directory, and on the testdetect.info page, um, I do have like a conference directory and a speaker directory. So if you know who you're looking for, you can find them pretty easy going that route. There's Troy Reed up there. He had an over Unity device. He was first cousin to the guy that played was it Festus on McLeod. He played McLeod. Dennis Weaver. That was Dennis Weaver's first cousin. So we got a lot of unique people up there. Some of these, I don't know why they came out in black and white, but we hope to maybe go back and check out the original videos on that. Like I say, a lot of the stuff is really old, and I still have all the Tesla Society videos I put up there, about 4 or 5 years worth, and I have the coffee stuff to put up there. I still have 3 more years worth of global science to put up there. So like I say, go up there, and we're putting out something, like I say, just about every day something comes out. And next week, I think actually starting tomorrow, we have a new video being premiered every day, for the next week. And those are free, so check them out. And sign up for the conference. All the money goes back in to Test-A-Tech. I'm a very frugal person. I live on my Social Security, and so I don't really get too much out of here except cover like electricity and that every now and then. But yeah, so like I say, sign up, go for this. Our money that we get for this goes either back into the conference, or it's going to be going into getting some more of these videos converted, and online. So it's for a good.
Wow, look how old Nick Begich was here. Nick Begich is really young there, man. These are some old videos, man. This is great stuff. Yeah, I thank you for doing this and putting this archive together. This is an invaluable history. So much stuff you've got here. This is great, guys. Definitely go to the Tesla Tech YouTube channel, subscribe to that, and if you like what you see, consider joining.
And we're considering doing a live stream next summer. Let me know if you're interested. If we did that, if you'd be interested in signing up for that. It's in the discussion stage right now. Personally, I go for the in-person stuff because you just don't get the feel for stuff on the screen that you do in person. I'm sure you met a lot of people while you're there, Jeremy, because you spoke there.
Yeah. There's a lot of and you know what, I missed a few important things too, man. It's just like there's too much. There's other stuff to do there that's not just go to the conferences and stuff. So it sucks when you get distracted and you miss people, and then they're like, man. But yeah, I had that happen last year. But
But the point is, you got to meet people.
I got to meet all kinds of people, man. I have these one-on-one conversations with a lot of these people too. So like, a lot of these things I had questions about, wanted to know about, I was able to, go in person and, talk to these people, have conversations with them, and, get more information from them, which was key. Oh, Brian O'Leary. Wow, man. He's another astronaut there.
And then we also have like a lot of hardware. We really try to get people to bring their hardware because there's nothing like seeing, seeing is believing, and sometimes we get the wrong idea on how things are built when people describe it, but when you actually look at it, it'd be totally different, especially things like John's.
Yeah, man. That's why I'm like, I missed the best one last year, this year. I mean, with you had Malcolm Bendall down there with this thunderstorm generator. Is he coming this next year? Is he coming in 2024?
I have no idea what Malcolm's going to do. I think he'd like to come, but this thing he
You
did.
got to try to get him, man. That's going to be your big draw if you can get him to come.
Well, he may come, but I know he'd like to, but it's just what he could pull together, like this. We did this summer was totally on the fly. We did a live stream for 6 hours after hours, okay, and we took a generator, okay, and we went down to Home Depot, bought the generator there, brought it in there, and converted it right there on the spot. So you don't get that kind of interaction on a video, and there's just something about, grab that wrench and twist it and that, nobody was pitching it. It was quite the show. Chaos in the backstage, and like I say, you're not going to find this kind of interaction anywhere else. Not on a screen. You're going to find this when you're live. So, and so again, August 7th to 11th, mark your calendar, plan ahead, get that intent set in your mind, because once you intend to go to it and to say, I'm going to go, then what happens, everything starts happening, the universe starts moving its forces to help you get there. That's the way it is for me. If I wait till the last second, it always tends to either get screwed up or I don't get to go.
Yeah.
So
So I'm hoping that I can make it there next year for sure. That would we'll have to figure that out. Look at Tim Ventura was there. That was a year ago posted. This is one of Tim's from way back. He's young there, man. So
yeah, he is. He was.
This is crazy. So this is like, yeah, this is awesome stuff, man. This is like the whole archive and so much good stuff in here. Thank you for putting this together, man.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Heck yeah. I can't wait to
unfortunately, Robert no longer with us. Yeah. So I'm
gonna try my best to be there because it's always a good time, man. I my first one was 2009, and I met Nassim Harriman, Marco Rodin, like I met Joseph Farrell. It was great.
Yeah, who knows? He might be there. Who knows?
Yeah, that'd be great if Joseph Farrell would come down. I would love to see him do a presentation. That would be amazing. I'm gonna make sure I send him an email and ask him to if he goes, man. I'm gonna
and he could do a live
cast. Bendall and Farrell going. I'm gonna have to come.
You could do a live cast right there too. We could set you up on the back.
Yeah, I know.
Or maybe down on the display floor, and that way get right in the middle of the action.
You gotta have the hotel get the Wi-Fi working on that bottom level. Because I remember it would just fade out and down that hallway. So if they can get that fixed, then I can do that. But
yeah, we'll have to work on that. Well, you figure we did a live stream there, so they must have done something.
Yeah, I did it upstairs in the executive suite because it has a good Wi-Fi signal in that room.
But we did ours from like right downstairs, But that.
Oh yeah.
There's been another. I'll talk to him. Well, I'll talk to John Fiala. That's the guy you need to talk to.
Yeah.
He's my technical guy, and he knows everything there. He knows it better than the hotel does. So.
You had Phil Schneider there? Yeah, that's him at Tesla Tech.
Actually, I think that was probably Global Science.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, that's a story of the fringe. your
What? It's
take
only
on
got
this, Steve?
1.9K views, and this has never been seen before, man. Like, guys, people, wake up! This is like a untapped gold mine archive here. It's like amazing when we run across something like this, and people have like no idea. They're just like, oh, hey. You're never going to find this by searching YouTube. You have to go to John. You have to go to Steve's channel and look through the actual physical videos and pick the stuff out, man. All right.
Well, I was at the Global Science Conference he was supposed to be at, and that was the week after he died, and that's when we found out we believe he was murdered. You know, Phil Schneider.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Nuts.
So you believe, Steve, that there's something to his testimony and story, hey?
Oh, they're digging tunnels all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah, that rock conflagration technology he describes, man. That's like weird stuff. It's far out stuff, but I mean, I imagine that they did something with they got nukes. You know, that they experimented with all this stuff. They can't put those things in space like we were talking about. But they definitely developed a lot of those technologies. So, man, I imagine they could build something that would just melt its way through rock and leave that glassy, smooth finish. Maybe they have something like that, but it's crazy. I don't. And then you have to. Elon, what does Elon Musk have to say about that? Because he's got a tunnel boring company, right?
Yeah, but I don't put too much stock in Elon stuff. He's still using the old hat stuff for space.
Yeah, man. He's like almost like
Stealing your name,
he's like
Steve.
pretending to be like the future and like, oh, we're gonna do all this stuff, but he's so far from, he does some stuff like Tesla. Like he gave all the electric patents away for free, but I feel like he's almost like, I thought I liked Elon up until he did the Neuralink thing, and I'm like, what the fuck is this guy up to?
Well, I don't. He's losing it, but SpaceX. I mean, come on. I worked on the space shuttle. That they can't even get the thing to rise without blowing it up. I mean, it's ridiculous. They're using 30, 40-year-old technology. If he'd really be doing something if he brought out the anti-gravity stuff.
I know. I think that he knows about it and can't talk about it. They might even have contracts to be working on it and develop it in secret. I don't know, man. It just seems. How could he not know?
It seems like SpaceX is a red herring out there.
It does. It does. It seems like it's like all right. Well, people got tired. They after like 20 years of NASA like doing nothing since the Challenger disaster in the 80s, right? It was like 20 years of that, and then like people are like, all right, where's our space program? What's going on here? Everyone realizes that the public space program is a complete farce. It's complete, like, it's just there to distract the public, and basically like, and then right after that we had SpaceX come along, and they've dragged it on for another 20 years, it seems.
And they put all those little bitty satellites in orbit, really clouding up the view from Earth, the stars.
Yeah, the Starlink. Yeah.
Yeah, well, just
they're bright as hell. They're huge. I thought they were UFOs the first time I saw it.
Right? That's literally everyone's first impression when it's like, what the heck is that? Is it an alien invasion? What is this giant line of things in the sky?
Yeah. It's a smoke screen. You have all that junk floating around there now, so you can't see what's really happening out there unless you get beyond that. They're blinding us from what's happening further out with things like SpaceLink and that. You didn't need to do that. So don't trust these people at all. There's good people in the government, and there's some good government programs, but when you see stuff like that, that's what you don't trust. You've been to Albuquerque. You go into Kirkland. In Kirkland, I was there in 1984. They took us on a tour, because I was an engineering student, and I arranged for a tour of the Kirkland there for the class. I was graduating with the senior class, and we got to see like the that laser thing they got, airborne laser. They had that there. It was running. You know, they just figured out how to take and get rid of the wavering atmosphere, and that was in 1984. You know, and here it is, 2023, and they're acting like, wow, this is really brand new stuff, hot stuff. No, it's been around for like 40 years. You know, and then is that the trestle? I can't really tell.
Yeah, that's the trestle.
The wooden trestle that goes out over a canyon. And, it's like 12 stories high. It's built entirely out of wood. And they take that and they can put like a 747, act like it's flying, and then they zap it, with electricity so that they can see what the EMP does to the plane instruments in flight.
Yeah, and the wood's meant to be neutral.
Yeah, and
So
the wood
they can
is
build it
not
out of metal.
There's no metal in that. I was on it. Got to walk on it. We go over the edge. It was pretty impressive stuff. And then they took us to the Sandia Labs. They had the one of the first what do you call it, supercomputers there, crazy supercomputers, right there at Kirkland, and it went through these giant rows. The printer was so fast, it would just go through like one of these big newspaper rows in like about 30 seconds. You just see nothing but paper flying out of there. It was printing so fast. Then they had like this laser, an argon laser, and they flip the light on. You see a blue light, and then pow! You have like a hole about 3 feet wide. You burnt through a piece of aluminum that was about 4 or 5 inches thick, and you always see this metal drop to the floor instantaneous, just like that. I mean, it's incredible what they were showing us. They took us to the Department of Energy, which is right there, and they showed us how they did all this planning for underground explosions, and how they dug the tunnels and all that. They showed us that right there, so it's pretty cool stuff, they do. And so when they talk about these underground cities and that, well, I've been in Cheyenne Mountain a couple of times, which is by Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
You've seen it on War Games. The room, I was in that room. It looks just like the movie, though. And it was pretty cool. They took us down around to show us all the infrastructure on it. It was built on and everything. They had these electricity coming in, power coming from two directions, north and south, into that place. And it switches over in microseconds, if not nanoseconds now. They even have like a huge bank of diesel generators there that kick on within milliseconds of losing power. Those kick in, and they're up and running within less than a minute. So yeah, they have really some cool stuff, when they do these tunnels. And the door is snapshot, it's snapshot in like 30 seconds, if not, it's a super fast door. And this thing weighs about 3 tons, so it's incredible stuff that you're seeing. So if you could get inside, if you could get in a tour of like one of the military bases there in Albuquerque, it'd be worth your time. And Roswell, I wish I would have known you were going to Roswell. I could have told you some stuff. Because I've been there. I was at the 60th anniversary. The 50th anniversary was a disaster. I put together some web pages for. We were supposed to be setting up a monument at the site and everything, but then you had the Heaven Gate people committed suicide, and all the sponsors like Coca-Cola, Volkswagen, everybody pulled out. They couldn't get rid of us fast enough. So all that got canceled. But there's a lot of stuff going on in New Mexico and Colorado Springs. I used to live in Colorado Springs, a place called Security. I was stationed at Fort Carson for a couple of years. And then I went in nukes and they put me in Fort Sill. Fort Carson was the 4th Infantry Division. And all I can say is those boys in the Ukraine, they're doing a good job over there with what they got. And Bradley, my unit was one of the units that got to evaluate the Bradley back in 74 when it first come out. Then again, in the 80s, or not 80s, late 70s, when they had the new improved version come out, and our unit got to test it. So it was pretty good stuff. I'm looking at them, and it's doing its job over there. So what are you looking at there?
No, there's a giant mine out here, a little bit left of the Cheyenne Mountain complex. This is a big mine. I'm digging more stuff out. But this is this is Cheyenne Mountain right here. This is the whole entrance to the underground complex right in there.
It's pretty cool. If you ever get a chance, go for it. Yeah. But yeah, they have tunnels all over this place. I live 2 miles from this place. They started digging, and within a month, the everything disappeared. It was all underground. I don't know what they were doing out there. But that was in Arizona.
Yeah, I had a guy that came on the podcast that said he was a truck driver who had special clearance to go into some of these underground cities to do deliveries and stuff. And he said it's just massive underground. They have like highways and everything underground. Some of these places.
Yeah, so if you ever get a chance to go to any of these places, I would take them up on it.
Yeah, I don't know what was the Vindicator mine, but yeah, there's a place called Raven Rock that's out in West Virginia too. And Raven Rock Mountain has another one of those tunnel complexes under it.
Yeah, kind of like a Cheyenne Mountain.
It's just like, yeah, it's another one. It's for the East Coast. It's another one like Cheyenne Mountain, yeah.
Yeah, they got to have that stuff pretty close to the Washington, D.C.,
Yeah, there's been a couple of them. There was an underground tunnel that led right out of the Capitol to a place down in Virginia. They got other stuff now. I'm sure that was during World War II, so they got all kinds of stuff now. Yeah, there's one of the entrances right here that goes into the underground. There's another one. That's at Raven Rock.
Yeah, then they were building that nuclear repository in Nevada, which they haven't ever finished, And I think that's a downright shame. They need to go ahead and finish that. These people need to get off this nuclear phobia they have, because we got to do something with that waste. And that was the most logical thing. And they did a lot of engineering on that, and they, these people, they don't understand how much work really as studies actually go into designing one of these things. It's just like a superhighway. They just don't take a bulldozer and plow a road and just throw some gravel down. There's a lot of planning that goes into this stuff, and I don't think people who are doing the designing get enough credit for that, and if you've ever looked at the Yucca Valley there, or Yucca Flats in Nevada, a place looks like the moon. They've done so many nuclear blasts. And in the 60s, they were like a tourist attraction for Vegas, because you could from the hotels, you can actually see the explosions going on, even though they were like 100 miles away. You can actually see the mushroom clouds and everything. So yeah, but that place would have been a place that's already been contaminated, and
oh yeah, the nuclear test site.
And the real danger, I think, right now is don't eat no seafood, especially if it comes from around Japan, because they're dumping all that radioactive water in there, and now they're having these fish kills. They don't know what's causing these fish kills. Well, I don't think there's radioactivity is helping them any. And there I am, Vegas. See my house? So, yeah, I'm right there in Henderson.
Yeah, I'm looking at your living room right now. Let's go zoom. It doesn't zoom in that far, Steve. Yeah, this is neat. There's a lot of land out there, lots of cool stuff. Apparently, Man, I've heard rumors of these tunnel systems going all over the country, but man, it'd be awesome if someone revealed that or could show that.
Well, they're digging them all over the place down there. And now in Vegas, they dug all these tunnels for Elon there. And the problem is when they dig these tunnels, sometimes if they're trying to cut corners, they don't take into account what's above you, and that's where you get a lot of cave-ins and stuff like that. I know here in Vegas, they dug a tunnel underneath Lake Mead there for our last straw, for water. And they put it actually underneath the lake, and then they come up, and that thing is huge. And they have a documentary they show a lot here, on TV, on one of the dead channels. And I watch that a lot, how they dig that and everything. And this thing is huge. It was only going a couple miles from me, So we are the greatest nation if we put our minds to it. Yeah. Or is that back east?
This is Cumberland Gap Tunnel.
Well, my ancestors came over the Cumberland Gap in 1809. Yeah. They have a personal history. Josiah Carter, come across the Cumberland Gap in 1809. So all the Carters in Kentucky are descended from him. Yeah. They have another one of those tunnels up in Loveland on Interstate 70.
On Loveland?
Yeah.
Where's that?
On Interstate 70, underneath the Continental Divide, the Eisenhower Tunnel. There's someone. Got it. I remember they first started, and I've driven it since they built it. Yeah, it's just they're really good on tunneling. And it cuts a lot of time off too. Because
there.
I don't know, you had to drive about 20 miles over that pass. It's a winding path there too, and very dangerous. And you don't tailgate, because if you do, you be like this little car I seen now. Big rock fell in, the truck ran right over it. It was big and high. The little sports car behind it ate it. So, right there, you see where the road comes up the side. That's the old highway there. That'd be at the bottom of the screen there. That's the old highway there. Before they built the pass. And it's
This
still
one right here. No, where was the old highway?
But if you reach to the bottom there, along the bottom,
Tango Road here.
Yeah, it looks like it's
Was it a dirt? It's like a dirt road up the mountain.
It's not dirt road, but it's an old road. It's no longer maintained. But you can see it. You see the switchbacks. Those are. And those are old switchbacks.
Damn, how the heck could you get over it?
Hey, you just drive and follow the road.
Oh yeah, you can barely see it anymore.
And it goes right over the Continental Divide, And they generally have like a big sign up there that says, Summit. I don't think you're on the main road, though. I think you're off a little bit.
This has got to be the road. I mean, I don't see any other road up here. This is like the only thing I see. But yeah, that used to be it before they built this, huh?
Yeah. So.
I just don't get it. Wow. Wow. Yeah, so that's where you used to have to drive. West Magazine. Let's go. See if they did the Google car do it? Oh wow, huh? The
And,
Google.
and my dad was a big explorer back then. You know, we'd go all over that state. You know, we went over Birdhound, which is the other way, goes uh, to the north of Loveland. You know, that goes up to Steamboat Springs and that. I used to pick ferns up there every spring. Then people found out about it. Next thing you know, everybody and their brothers up there doing it. They start charging you for stuff, you know. Yep, good old Loveland.
Wow, I didn't know that this was. Oh, okay, so this is, yeah. All right, this makes sense. I've been around a lot of these areas, but I didn't get to go this far out, man. You got to do some awesome adventures, man.
It takes you right through the Continental Divide there.
Yeah, that's awesome. What a trip that must be.
Oh, but then you go down south even further to Glenwood Springs. You know that there's like through a canyon there. It took them about 20 years to build that thing. You know, and as soon as you enter that canyon, they take a footprint from your car and they track you through that tunnel to make sure you didn't stop anywhere on the way, you know, or didn't get stuck in there. You know, but that's down in Glenwood Canyon. There, it's about another 40 miles down the road, maybe 50 miles. You know, yeah, Colorado is an awesome place if you ever get a chance. You know, I can't do winters there anymore. I lost my ability to make heat, so I'm super cold when I'm in a cold climate. And
Huh.
my daughter, she can't go either because she has a metal piece in her neck. You know, and if you got metal in you, you know that metal gets cold. It's very painful.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, I went fishing up at some of those places too. Yeah, we camped every weekend when I was stayed with my dad in the summer.
That's Vale. Wow. That's one of the nicest ski resorts in the country.
Yeah. Then
Awesome stuff, man. I mean, I'm gonna have to. I gotta go back out there at some point and take a whole trip. I used to live up in Fort Collins for a summer.
Fort Collins is a beautiful place. It's the most quietest place town in the country too, by the way. Um, sound wise, it's quieter than Boulder.
Huh.
It's just the way they build the roads and design the infrastructure in the city there. So, hey, go up there. You'll never recognize this place, you know.
And you said Loveland. I was thinking, Loveland up here.
Yeah. Oh, Loveland Pass?
Well, no, Loveland, Colorado,
Yeah.
which is like I remember Loveland because when you drive by 20 up 287 up to Fort Collins from Denver, you drive by this pig slaughterhouse, and the smell is just ungodly going by that place.
That and Greeley. Greeley is just as bad. That's more cattle in Greeley, I think, though.
Yeah, it was Greeley. I think you're going by Loveland and Greeley and Loveland. It's right on that right there. I always just remember that smell. But
Yeah, I lived up in North Glen, you know, in the summers. That'd be the last suburb north of Denver before you hit open territory there. And that's where a lot of the global science conferences were held up in the North Glen area. That's where Dean Stoner was from, North Glen Thornton. You know.
cool. So switching back to gears here, let's go to the Tesla Tech channel. What you got any stuff that people should definitely check? I want to check out the Phil Schneider video and the David Adair. So there's a bunch of cool stuff up there. People should go check that out. And also sign up for the Tesla Tech conference for 2024. Guys, teslatech.info, Tesla Tech, one word, .info, and check out the conference. If you are interested in speaking, you want a speaking engagement, reach out to my buddy Steve here and definitely get on board. No, thanks for joining us and tipping us off about this. This will be an exciting year in 2024. Lots of new stuff.
That and the vendors. But his one other comment in the yellow box there with the computer head moving. Right there's my conference directory and speaker directory. So I'm trying to organize these. If you click on the conference, you can pick out the conference you want to check out. And I know if you want to know the speaker, you pick out the speakers in alphabetical order. It's a work in progress. I still got a lot more to put up there. So yeah, I think you're up there. Check it out.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'll have to check that out. This is cool. You got all the names here, so if people want to find a name, they can find the videos quicker. This is great that you're doing this, man. This must be a ton of work. Guys, definitely show your support for the work that Steve's doing. You know, if you can't make it to Tesla Tech for 2024, definitely consider subscribing and becoming a member of his YouTube channel.
Yeah, subscriptions are free. And if you join, you get access to the members only. But subscribers still have a couple hundred videos you can watch. So
awesome! I can't wait. I hope some people, you get some good speakers that and make sure you tell Steve that Alien Scientist sent you and that you saw it here, so he knows how many people I'm actually sending his way. So
the conference is August 7th to 11th. Okay, August 7th to 11th, and I hope you come, Jeremy. You should do a live feed from there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it this year. Especially, I feel so bad. I missed this year because of and you had Bendel there. That would have been amazing. So, oh well. I'm gonna definitely try. I'm definitely work on getting out there for next year, man. I regret not going there this year, for sure. So let's see what people can do for that. Now, it's August. It's August 7th to the 11th, the weekend there. So it's you can pre-register there, and you can save money if you pre-register. It's still right. This is still going on. It's not just November 30th. That's still
December 31st.
December 31st.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So guys, if you see, go on there and pre-register and make sure to tell Steve that Alien Scientist sent you. And if we get enough people that are interested in going, I get enough momentum for this, man. I mean, I already feel like this year is going to be huge, especially with what happened last year. So let's all get together and plan on meeting up there for 2024. Hopefully we'll see you all there. So yeah, lots of cool stuff in that channel, man. It's all old stuff, man. It's like, this is a great archive. You can go back over all that old stuff, and I'm sure there's some gems in there. You know, anyone who wants that old information, that's, you know, this stuff you thought it was gone, but it's still there. It's great that you did that, Steve. This is it's amazing. And if there's any of those ones that you see that are black and white or have any errors, if people find anything, Steve's still putting this all together, so there might be some things in the editing and stuff. Please reach out to him and point out anything you find, because I know he doesn't have time to sit and watch all these. So if you're watching through anything, you find anything that's like, oh, this is an awesome interview, and it's in black and white, he really needs to go and redo this one and get it out in color. If it's really something worth it, then let him know, you know.
And that's if we can find the VHS tape, though.
Yeah, I know, huh? Oh, geez. The color information's probably faded off them. They only have a shelf life of about 20, 30 years. So, yeah, if you have VHS tapes that are your family's memories, you might want to get those ASAP. Figure out a way to bring them to someone who can digitize your tapes for you. I know there's people online that do them. You send them your stuff, and they'll do it for you. Yeah, see what you can do, because those magnetic tapes only have a shelf life of like 30 years, and then once your family memories are gone, they're gone. You know. So get those archives backed up, get them digitized so they don't ever go away. Guys, you're watching the Alien Scientist channel. This is Catastrophic Disclosure Live, and here's a link if you guys want to jump on and share any cool information and stuff. Please do. Please jump on. Oh, wrench back. I gotta look out for Paul, dude. And there's Paul.
And I'm gonna jump off here, okay?
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fine. Yeah, sorry, man. I got you, Paul. You're back, man. I promised you that was only for that one stream. I took everyone's wrench off, so I gave everyone back. And you know what? I didn't even need to do that. I'm sorry I did that, Paul, because it actually turns out that I can go in and see whatever every moderator does. So if any of the, because there's been, it's not your fault. There's nothing personal, Paul. I had a lot of complaints from people saying that, hey man, I posted comments on your channel and it just disappears. Like things get deleted, other people saying that, hey man, I tried to go on another channel stream, and in the live chat, I was typing all this stuff, but when I tried to leave a comment, I had the word alien scientist.
Alien scientist, and your message, whole message gets deleted. It was on Walter Bosley channel. I tried making 5 different messages each time, trying to tell him to go check out one of like the episodes.
You're not the only one who's told me this, Bernie. I've had multiple other people that say if you even say alien scientist on other streams, it's like a shadow banned word, basically. But my name is a shadow banned word. That if you type it in on YouTube, like you'll literally have your comments deleted and removed. So I've had a lot of complaints about this stuff happening. So I don't want to blame anyone. I was like, I removed all the moderators so that I but now I know that I can actually go in and see what all the moderators are doing. So if I have a bad mod on thing that's, messing with stuff, I could find it. But yeah, it's a mess, dude. So I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry it's not your fault. It's this whole what's going on out there with the Google and the algorithms and stuff, man. Like I really feel like we've made a huge dent, and they're trying to keep this isolated to a small section of ufology if they can help it. And they got the bigger part of UFO with the King Milkfart harassment group has basically convinced everyone that because I'm against Bob Lazar that I'm a disinformation agent and a government shill. And so all those people won't even look into any of my stuff because they're all convinced that I'm like on government payroll or something. And a lot of them don't have like the real technical background to really dive in and appreciate what we do here in the archive and the people we talk to. So it's crazy what's going on right now. But yeah, so there's no, everyone's a moderator on Bernie's channel.
On my channel, because I found the same problem of like that. There's just so many people with conflicting views that they'll just they'll straight delete someone that has a conflicting view of theirs, right? So it's like I literally had to make everybody a moderator so that you can express all your opinions. It's like you can either have none or all at this point.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to keep this, and I gotta apply to YouTube and get my plaque too, man, because I got my 100,000 plaque is long overdue.
You deserve that for years.
I got 115,000 so far right now. I swear they keep dropping people randomly, like because people say like I subscribed to this channel, and then like it took me like 4 months to find it again because YouTube just somehow unsubscribed me. Like there was somebody like, I'm so glad I found this channel again because I found it a couple months ago and I totally forgot the name and they unsubscribed me and I couldn't find it again. And that's like that, like that drives me nuts, dude. Cause it's like, dude, this is like organic content and then like organic views that I'm legitimately getting. And there's some demonic elf at a button in YouTube studios who's, being like, the CIA is paying me to fucking do this bullshit or something. I don't know what the hell is going on. I just
how can you simultaneously be a government shill while also being one of the most shadow banned channels out there?
Right. Yeah, you can't be both, dude. The government shills are on freaking Joe Rogan and Fox News, and it's people don't get it, dude. They just don't understand. But what's even more crazy, is we're having a huge effect, dude. Because so like they're trying to get disinformation out and play this whole field, and they tried it hard, and we've basically like all but totally exposed that and like shut all down like hard, and they realize that they've lost control over the narrative, and that scares the fuck out of them. And that's the only reason they're doing all this, is because that's the only weapon they have back against the truth. You know, the truth's coming out, and this is the only wet method they have. You know, it's
all they have left is just more lies.
Yeah. So we need shadow band shirts, dude. Yeah. So we should make.
Ooh,
I need to make.
speaking
So
of which,
let's come up with these ideas. I want to make a T-shirt. What do you guys? What would you guys buy T-shirts with stuff on? Like, give me some ideas. Just throw around whatever comes to your head, and just like type it in the live chat, because I'm doing it like a brainstorm session on these T-shirt ideas. We have the store up, by the way, guys. You can go find the eBay store. Let me find right here. Yeah. Yeah, let me just share that with everyone so they can go find the Super Force shirts are up on eBay, so you can get one. They're $30 a pop. Unfortunately, that's all I can do with what it costs me for shipping and to try, otherwise I'm just paying the cost to buy the thing and I'm not making anything off it for myself. So I had to put $5 in there for myself. It was like 25 is my cost. So whatever, I'm making $5 a T-shirt, but total grifter right here, making fucking look at this. Here's my grift, guys. Buy one of my Super Force T-shirts that I ripped off the picture from Sal Pays' patent. Not just kidding. Sal gave me permission to use his thing. I already asked, so people need to.
Oh, he loved it.
Hey,
He was fine.
There's going to be 100 emails to Sal by tomorrow saying that, this guy's stealing from you. But Sal helped out, and I sent Sal the T-shirts. So, and he sent me a check for them, man. So, Sal, enjoy it. I've been seeing him wear those shirts. And, please, if you get some ideas for shirts and you want other things, I want to start making a whole bunch of these shirts just to spread the. Yeah, man, it's all right if you're wearing a bed sheet tied up with right now. That's cool, dude. Like, I understand, man. Times are tough, man. It's hard to afford food right now in this everything that's happened. So, yeah, we should make one with Jeremy Corbell that says "more cowbell." Like, make fun of the whole mainstream narrative a little harder. Yeah, that would be cool. I should do more. I should do more crazy shirts ideas. Yes, lion saucers and crushed retrieval. That'd be funny. Yes, dude. Yes, that should be my band name, the Shadow Band.
Love that.
Yes, dude. Let's start a band. It's going to be called Shadow Band. Yeah, Super Force is also a cool band name. Maybe we'll make that the album name. Or vice versa. That's great. Yes, we should totally start a band and have an album. Did you catch the song, Bernie? The opening intro?
I missed it.
You didn't catch it? I saw like people always have
now.
podcasts who say they get guitars and they never play them on stream. So I picked up my guitar and I played a song for everybody. So you have to go back and watch that. It's at the beginning. So if you guys missed the song at the beginning, you guys got to go back after this and watch the song. Please tell me what you think. I know. Like it was a live take, and I didn't rehearse it very well, so there's a little bit off in some of the tempo and parts and stuff. But I'm going to record a better version of it and post it out, dude. It was 10 minutes long. Jesus, I don't even know. I apologize for that. But yeah, the words are funny. I'll post those lyrics up for everyone so that couldn't understand the words or didn't get the words, so they can have them. For sure. Anything else that anything else before we get going, huh?
Yeah, I got to take off myself for my mom's birthday dinner, but we will be back tomorrow with David Rossi and Ashton Forbes and hopefully John
Yeah,
Hutchinson on
Ashton's
and
gonna
whoever
come on,
else,
right?
and
You said
have a real
Ashton's
day.
confirmed. All
Yep,
right, so
he is
that's cool,
confirmed.
man.
Yes, sir.
Heck yeah. So tomorrow tomorrow can't come soon enough, man. So yes, tune in tomorrow night for that and check it out, man. Heck yeah, dude. Nah, I understand, man. It's a big part of the problem, and it's nothing personal. It wasn't anything to do with you, and I'm sorry I had to do that. I really am, because it was the shadow ban and everything that's going on is crazy. So we'll get past that. Keep sharing this. Yeah, we get Ashton coming on. I'm gonna dig into this. So hopefully we'll get uh Sal Pays, maybe. I don't know. I sent an email to Sal. I sent an email to all these guys, so we'll get a big super stream again going where we can talk about this technology, talk about Lockheed Martin, those new patents. Yeah, Ashton's got some new info on those new Lockheed Martin patents. Pretty interesting stuff. We're gonna dive
Right?
deep
He's
into
been
those.
getting a
Get
lot
into
of info out, so it'll be good
dude.
to see the
This
story again, right? See the developments.
30 trillion buys a heck lot of technology that's secret technologies that, and we're gonna work on this, man. We got this community together, man, and we just got all these people coming in and offering new information, and we got to sift through it and run the experiments and stuff, and whatever we can do. And I also don't want to get distracted because we're very close to a lot of real stuff, too. And it would be fun to build a graphene aerogel, vacuum balloon. I don't have the funds or the time right now to really mess around with that. So, dude, there's 2 trillion missing just from the COVID pandemic response. The government just doesn't know where the $2 trillion went because that it spent for the COVID response. So there's money missing all over the place, everywhere. It's like the trillion deficit, but there's also just money that's missing, that's just gone unaccounted for from the budget.
Like, oh no, there's no corruption, there's no theft, or like, oh god, just more money than anyone can actually like physically comprehend when it's in the trillions just disappears.
Yeah, it's literally like if you had a job carrying pallets of $100 bills, you would be working for the rest of your life to move that much money. You would. You would work for the rest of your life. It's like there's people have done videos and the calculations of how much money's missing, and like how much money it really is to show you. It's disgusting and it's absurd. And anyone who's Catherine Austin Fitz, that's the name you want to look up if you want to dive deep into this and really look at the financials and listen to the woman who did the research and has this receipts and everything to fucking back it up. And definitely check out Catherine. She is amazing, amazing woman. I would love to get Catherine on the podcast. If anyone has contact information, please send me an email, thealienscientist@gmail.com. Send me an email if you're interested in becoming a speaker or a guest. You want the invite link. You have special disclosure or anything. I'm sorry, I'm using Gmail. I have another account that I can set up for people as well if they want to get it. But that generally works. Looking for more people. Anyone who has information wants to get on and UFO Snowden, jump on the show. Oh my dog's at.
Right?
My dog's at.
The wife would like to say hello, and you're doing a great job.
Hi, you're hilarious. I love you. You're amazing.
Yes, thank you. You guys kick ass too. You're not
approval.
bad
I
yourselves.
love you. You're great.
All right. Well, I got to run for my mom's birthday dinner, so we will see you tomorrow. Thank you, Jeremy, for all you do. And UFO Snowden, you're out there. Come on, give us the Christmas present we all need.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, we'll get you back on, Josh. We'll see you soon. take care. Have a great night. Merry Christmas, all. Hopefully, we'll see you at the party for the Christmas party tomorrow. And I would love to dive in. We're going to dive into all this stuff, that the mostly Hutchison effect and Bob Green year, and we're really going to try to bring this all out and vet this. And you know, if this is disclosure, I want to be part of it and prove it to everyone. And if it's total disinformation and a psyop, then we need to know that as well. But either way, the implications are absolutely profound. And you're watching it live here. Thank you guys. Thank you all. And we'll see you soon. Have a great night.